Hi. I know that your time is super valuable, and I know that the first or second day of, springing forward is always like weird and wild, like we're in the matrix. So I want this to feel like not daunting or overwhelming. I just want it to feel like, yes, a lot of knowledge, but of course, I want it to feel like you're home. Like you can ask questions. Um, you don't have to raise your hand or anything. Just dive in. Feel free to pop in the chat. We've got a few OGs here, so they can also man the chat area and answer any of your questions. And as you have questions, just type them, just write them out, and we'll get to those questions. But sometimes the moment passes and then you forget. All right. So we hit record. We are ready to rock. I'm going to go right out the gates and just share my screen with y'all. And we will get going. Tell me. Which screen? There we
Look at
go.
the hole you gotta go through to get these damn thumbs.
Here we go. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you can see. Sweet. Cool. This is why you're here. You're here to get started, right? Whether it's restarted, rebooted, or you are brand spanking new, the word start is the operative word. All right. So getting started. And then look at that. No, really. Just get started. I think that that is the hardest part and sometimes feels overwhelming when you begin something new, that you feel like you have to learn everything before you actually do anything. And I want to let you in on a secret that that is not the case. That will actually hold you back even more. If you attempt to learn everything, then I guess maybe just call us in like 365 days when you've gone through the entire catalog and you've learned all the ins and outs, and then call me and teach me something, because I still am continuing to learn something new every day. But guess what else I'm doing every single day? I am continuing to build and earn. All right. So Courtney's been with me for a long time now. Right at like my 1 year is when I brought her over, and I could tell that she wanted to learn all the things. And I said, no, like, let's just get you started. Let's just give you this. Let's just give you this. So kind of like she was this cute little bunny, and I gave her these carrots. And I would like say, okay, here's a carrot. And then she'd be like, oh, I was so excited I did it. And if you're new to our team and you don't understand my antics or my jokes and you were offended by that, then you're definitely in the wrong place, because we love each other and we love on each other and we can make fun of each other. This is not stuffy in any way. This is a family environment. I am only half dressed. The other half is definitely pajamas. So yeah. So dangling the carrot, we call just inch by inch, earning while you learn, learning while you earn too. All right. So welcome to the beginning. This is us last year, almost exactly 1 year ago in Mexico. And one night we were all in, we had it planned to be all the flavors of pink, which was so fun. Welcome to the beginning of something really incredible. And you get to do it not on an island. No matter where you are, we are doing this together. That's the coolest part about it, because when you start a brand new business and you work from home, you're by yourself, right? But you really, truly aren't by yourself. You are on this team parts, whatever your upline has determined their team to be. We are all one big giant dynasty, if you will. All right, so here's how the evening is going to go. I think I have people coming in. Yep, hang on. There we go. Here's how this evening is going to go. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet, but I want to make sure that you leave feeling a sense of newness, almost like a high. I want to help you feel either a reboot or a kickstart. And also, like, you walked away with an action plan and also knowing what steps you need to take to hit the goals that you will have. And yes, we will be asking you what those are. So introductions, which you've already started to jot in the chats, if not, where you're from, who you are, and how long you've been here. We'll go over the team pages, where to find things, kind of how our team runs, our culture, your getting started checklist. We have a brand new comp plan, so we're all learning that together, including me. So we're going to kind of dissect that a bit. Your first month and your second month must-haves. The incentives, the really fun, cool extras that you get just for simply doing, your JOB. Meology plus the RSW, which is short for Ready, Set, Wellness. Your goals, your why, your impact, which is literally why we're here. We're here to smash goals, to have bigger than whys than even today. Your whys will just keep getting bigger, and so will your impact. That's why we're here. We're here to make an impact. And then we take a team selfie, and then everybody goes to bed. Does that sound good? I think that Kristen just got here. There she is. Hello, hello. All right, so we're moving on. So I'm Serena, that's me. You're jotting in the chat who you are and where you're from. I'm born and raised in, where am I from? I'm from Orange County, California, and my husband is in the military, so we have moved twice. And that's how I started to build a team in New Jersey. Casey and Courtney, I met when I very first moved to New Jersey. And then, like a whirlwind that the military is, I now live in Virginia. It is a wild roller coaster, but I am not new to network marketing. My past background is with a company called Beachbody. I am a fitness instructor, 10 steps, not even 10 steps, 10 inches behind me. I teach group fitness, anything under the sun, whatever you want me to teach, pole dancing, Zumba, whatever it is, I teach it. And this business is better than a gift. I had no idea the impact that this type of business was going to have on my family and on myself. So if you're brand new to network marketing, you've hit the jackpot, my friends. Stick with us. And we are so happy to get to know you all. Like, I want to know, babies' names, and I want to know birthdays, and I want to know favorite colors. And, my love language is gift giving. So I love to learn the ins and outs about you and your family, because they're just kind of a little, they're the support that you need to help thrive in this environment. They're just as important as your team, without a doubt. All right. So all the events in the communication for our team look like this. Every month we will have 2 team calls, and one of them will be like a kickoff call to start the month, or an end of the month rally. Okay. So depending on what the month looks like, we'll determine what type of call that is. And then we do a joint, like a big party. Like, we have these online virtual events because, again, we can't all get together in person, right? We're all spread all over North America. So we have these pop-up parties where we get together and we either talk about the business and joining our team, or we share our stories and our journey, and we invite others to experience the products that we have fallen in love with. All right. And so this is your lucky month, because this is our big, big, big spring event at the end of this month. And we have our Thriving in Spring event, which we will go through on our team page. And then also in the Mentor to More program, which a lot of you all who are on this call are in that page, which is awesome. We also host one 7-day cleanse virtual group. I began a giant Facebook page and a long time ago, right when I started, and I started putting my clients into there and my prospects. Like, I wasn't a gatekeeper. I didn't say, if you don't buy, you can't be in here. I just put people in there that wanted to be better. And it grew and it grew and it grew. And that sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. It grew and it grew and it grew. And now it has become this club filled with women. I would say 99.9% women who are in it for true wellness. We are taking a holistic approach. We are focusing on prioritizing our emotional health, our physical health, all the things. That's where I host 7-day cleanses. And you are absolutely always more than welcome to invite anyone you want. You are also encouraged, if you'd like to create your own space for your own people, because your niche might be different, than mine. And those pages create just like a wellness community, because you don't just want to love them and leave them, right? You don't just want people to, to order from you and to learn what you have to offer and then just smack them on their, their tush and be on their way, right? You want to make sure you nurture that relationship to build that loyal longevity of a client that just lasts and lasts and lasts, because you keep adding value. You keep adding value and you are their wellness advocate. The Team Heart Facebook page, I'm assuming y'all are on. And if someone has the chat, or if there is a chat, I can't really see it. So if you want to respond, go right ahead. Team Heart Facebook page is like our hub. If you're not on that, ask the person that invited you to our team to make sure you are a part of that. We do gifts and we rally, we celebrate. It's filled with recognition. Of course, any news that I get from anyone, up higher or from corporate, I am immediately going to go to you and I'm going to give it to you just as I'm getting it. So you're the first, to get it. And then we have an end of the month rally text. So we create a text thread at the end of the month where we run together to smash our goals and to go after, what we set out to do at the beginning of the month, because that's how we work here in this business. Month beginning, month end. And some of you who joined us last month see that. You saw that on March 1st, we're like Cinderella. We go back to 0 and we're all in this together. So if you are brand spanking new, this is your checklist of first things first. Make sure you absolutely set up your direct deposit, because you are going to be earning as you learn right out the gate. So you want to make sure you're not getting having to wait for a paper check to come in the mail. You are also going to want to get access to your Shaklee Connect app. Have no fear. Your app isn't broken. If you sit there sometimes and it's just ... It just takes a minute to reboot every now and again, because we are always leveling up or upgrading our system. So see, it's still thinking. Just let it think, walk away, come back to it. Now is the time to decide. Actually, now is not the time. You have 3 months free when you join to have your online storefront. So you can decide to keep that online storefront or you can cancel it. It's entirely up to you. I like to give people the option, because if money is super, super tight, then I would rather have that $15 go towards leveling up your business by using a new product that's going to change your life versus having access to a storefront. There's really no difference in simply, you can share a cart without a website. You can send direct links to your Meology quiz. You can send direct links to any single product, and it will all be attributed back to you without having a storefront. And then who is your upline? We call it an upline, your sponsor, whatever you want to call it. Who is that person? And then who is their upline? That is a really fun way to know your family tree, because if your sponsor isn't available, or, you haven't heard back, or, they had an emergency or whatnot, you kind of want to know who else you can get in touch with, because most likely that person has been in for longer or just as long and is going to know the answer. And then grab a piece of paper, which I will do too, because I like to do this exercise when I do these calls, because again, my wife's changed just as yours will. All right. When in doubt, where do I find answers? Okay, so we have a couple places for you to utilize kind of as your Google, and I'm going to put it in the chat. So I like to say, when in doubt, lingo it out. But now we also have a separate links and resources tab. So let's see if this works. Yes, it does. Can you still see my, yeah, cool. So now you're under Shackley Tools. This is, let's see if I can copy and paste. I can. I will pop this in the chat for you right now so that you can save this in a note section. Title the note section, when in doubt, lingo it out. So I gave you the hyperlink that will take you directly to Lingo. All right, so in there, you are going to find our monthly focus. You are going to find new products. You're going to find ingredients lists. Basically, kind of use it as your Google. All right. Now there's a new, let's go back to this. There is a new links and resources, and it is this link. And I will give you this as well. It's loading. I'm on my hotspot, so I'm sure everything is going to go very slow. All right, thumbs up, links and resources. You can see that. All right, so that is going to give you some gold right here. I don't know if you're just glancing at it, but 7-Day Healthy Cleanse resources, that's at the top of the list. And if you're brand spanking new to our team, welcome to learning the ins and outs of the greatest 7 days ever known to man. That 7-day cleanse is incredible, and it is kind of the gateway into catapulting your wellness journey. So you're going to get resources. You're going to learn. It has our incentive booklet, things about taxes. It just has a wealth of information. Product availability. We have over 300 products in our catalog. So yes, every now and again, you are going to bump into a back order or an out of stock. When you go to your links and your resources, you are going to be able to see the product availability report. So you can even see, I'm drinking right now Vivix Kosher because they were out of the regular one. So now I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm Jewish now. Is that what's happening? Good Gut and Go, which we all know is awesome. That is coming back next week. So you can see things that are on back order. Sad face, sad. But links and resources, here is the exact link for that. Save this in your note section in your phone. Save both of those. There you go. All right. And let's go back. All right. Does anyone have any questions about Lingo or where to find things? And by things, I mean like product, just, product related. Okay. All right. Who wants to talk money? Okay. Just one person. All right. So here we work obviously, opening up the chat. Marina, we work by making an impact, right? If your why is simply attached to earning an income, you will meet headway after headway and obstacle after obstacle. But this team, and the name of this team is Team Heart for a reason, because we literally, at our heart of hearts, want to help people. We got bit by the pay it forward bug, right? Y'all are here because there was something that you fell in love with here, and you cannot resist the urge to share it because you know the impact it's going to make on someone else's life. So here, when you help 3 people, we do it in things in threes. When you help 3 people, you are going to earn an additional $75 bonus for every $500 in sales. It could be any which way from Sunday. Now that's brand new because when I joined, I had to help 3 people get started with $150 order. And if they didn't order $150, then it didn't count for my bonus. So we have come in and we have definitely revamped our comp plan. And it is so epically amazing to where you can start earning tonight. So on top of that $75 bonus, you are earning 30%. And I don't have a slide for this because I want you to write it down because I want this embedded in your mind. 30% on all new business, no matter what it is. Somebody comes in and orders 1 7-day cleanse, it's 30% on that $51 order. Every single new order is a 30% commission. Now, those are paid weekly. You are paid on all new business every Thursday. Thursday is our weekly payday. Again, write that down. Sometimes if I have Canvas, you like see it and then it's gone and then you forget it. But if you write it in your own handwriting, hopefully you remember it. All right. Let's talk a little bit about belief and let's talk about what's possible. All right. Let's look at how insane. I'm like, can I see it? Hopefully you can see it. How insane these opportunity and bonuses are. So the way that our business works is we start at ambassador. So show of hands, if you are an ambassador, that means you have not yet hit 1,500 in volume. You have not yet hit 1,500. So you are rocking the ambassador title. You are getting 30% off of your business bundles for your first 90 days. You have access to 15% off. Show you in the chat. And you're ready to go. You have all, you can earn as much income as you want. You could earn $2,000 in a month. Nothing's going to hold you back. You don't have to have anybody on your team. You can stay an ambassador and still earn $2,000 a month. Actually, you would probably advance to director at that point, but you can just go, it can just be you. All right. So that very first promotion that you give yourself, that's director. Okay. So director is that first level. Yes. Wow is right, Marita. Stick with me, kid. I probably could throw a baseball at Marita's house right now. All right. So there you go. Hitting director is going to earn you a Shaklee Leadership Summit and 1-night hotel. Raise your hand if you are going for that, because I know one of you. Yep. All right. So this year, our conference or our summit is in Dallas, Texas. It is the 3rd week of June. And if that is something that you want to go to because the high and the fire of being in person rocks, it's so much fun. But if you don't like matching pajamas, then, then maybe it's not so much fun. But hitting director right now until June, you are earning a hotel night as well as your ticket to conference, which is pretty awesome. Now check out the next promotion that you give yourself. The next, or we could just all say it's Sam's house. The next promotion that you give yourself is by promoting somebody underneath you. Once you hit director and somebody below you or somebody with you, never below you, never above you, always beside you, somebody with you on your team hits director, there is a $1,000 bonus. Okay. Once you also hit senior director, you are then eligible for our car bonus. Our car bonus starts at $250 and goes all the way up to $1,500. All right. So that's wild. And if for you to see what's possible, so 3 months before I came from Beachbody, there was another gal who also decided to reinvent herself and have this wild, incredible do-over, left Beachbody, joined. 3 months later, I joined her, and that's Christy Lyons. And so she kind of paved the way for a lot of seasoned network marketers to come over to Shaklee. We did all of our due diligence and we decided without a doubt, this is where we're going to plant our feet, build roots. This is incredible. It's different here. And so she is a senior master coordinator. And you can see that that is the second to last. Like that's it, right? There's presidential master coordinator. And that was a $20,000 bonus. Okay, so 1 year ago, literally 1 year ago, our team, we are a key coordinator team. All right, so that was a $7,500 bonus. And before that, 5,000. I mean, write down what you want. Write down what you want and go after it because this team will help get you there. But if you don't know what's possible, then you don't know what to write down. So vision. Kirsten does such a great job at sharing her vision, knowing her vision, and going after her vision. It doesn't just live on paper. It doesn't just stay on paper. It gets up and it gets to work. All right, so here is a great way to show you how to earn money without having a team. Here is how our commission structure works. And this is fun to screenshot and share. I like to have albums in my phone. So this would be a great album for titling it money. So monthly sales, $0 to $499. This is dollars, not volume. Don't get caught up in the logistics. You will learn as you're here, I promise. And you're going to make 10%. And that's on a recurring, or that's on like a second order. Because remember, you get 30% on your first order and 30% on their next order, as long as it's within 30 days. If somebody orders 2 weeks after, that's also 30%. Okay, so you can go all the way up. There you go, 40%. Hit $10,000 in sales, 40% commission. 7,500, 35%. I've been here for 3 years and I teeter between that 7,500 and that 10,000. And that commission amount is a mortgage payment. I mean, it's wild. It's really, really impactful. All right. This is probably harder for you to see, but this is in our team page. This is what our dream or our plan looks like. This is what our compensation plan looks like. It's the new dream plan. Don't get caught up in the ins and outs. It looks like a foreign language. But as you start to see paychecks, some of you are going to have your very first paycheck on March 15th. And you're going to be able to go in and dissect your paycheck. And then you can sit down with this comp plan and compare and be like, okay, now I know what a level 1 bonus is. Now I know what that POP rebate is, which I will go over. Now I know where the loyalty bonus is. Okay, so this is a great tool to use as you're looking at your paychecks. This is exactly how I fine-tooth comb my paycheck, because Shaklee is not perfect, because nobody is. And every now and again, something gets, lost in the cracks, but I find it. I'm going to find every penny, but it also helped me learn. It also helped me learn what the comp plan is. All right. So let's talk about the differences in being here versus any other network marketing company. The very quick nuances of the money part. Nobody else is going to reward you for being on your own wellness journey. Okay. Nobody else is going to pay you in dollars, not in product. They're not going to pay you in dollars for ordering from them, but Shaklee is. So on the 15th of every month in your paycheck, you are going to see a POP rebate. And that is paid on personal. You are paid on your personal orders under your ambassador account. Now, what you're paid on it is determined by that bracket that showed the customer sales dollar. So for me, if I hit that 10,000 in customer sales, I'm going to get 40% back on my own purchases. All right. So as you're going through the end of the month, you're going to see, okay, well, I did 500 in sales this month. So now I know on the 15th, I'm going to get 10% back on my own orders. No guesswork, like, you know, going in exactly what's happening. The only nuance or the only caveat to that is you just need one customer in a 30-day period in order to get paid that rebate. That one customer can live in your house. Okay, so Michael, my husband, was my very first customer. I had to tie his hands behind his back, but he was gonna be my first customer. And now he is more obsessed with Shackley than anybody I know. He's crazy. He's a walking, talking, skipping commercial. He was my very first customer. My mom was my second, and one of my dear friends was my third, because I knew I wanted to build that momentum and do in threes to get that under my belt, to kind of get that practice in, to get like the wiggles out. All right, so get paid on your own purchases as long as you have one customer, and your best friend or your spouse or your mama is perfect, because why would we not want to share something that is so awesome with the people that we love the most? Okay. Does anyone have any questions about, we're still talking about money, but if anyone has any questions along the way. All right. Let's talk, in addition to money, more fun things. More fun things. So again, you already know you're going to get that bonus at $75 for every 3 new people on top of the 30%. You already saw the rank up bonus. So every time you give yourself a promotion by busting your tush, you're going to be rewarded there. Now, starting now, which is so cool to be on this team, brand spanking new to the year, is we all started over in January. We all started over in our quote unquote dashboard or our trackers. The road to Punta Cana for next May. All right. So if going on free trips, including airfare, is a thing for you, then it's time to get to work, because these trips are bananas. They are done so well. You feel like you're at home, but you're like doted on, very luxurious, just top-notch trips that are absolutely attainable for every single person. Every single person. All right. We have retreats. You can find all of that under that links and resources where it'll share the incentives. I think this trip is in, I can't even remember, Nashville? No, New Orleans. New Orleans is the, like the leadership retreat this year. Shackley is giving away gifts and swag at every single turn. Kirsten is on this call right now because she knew I was going to shout her name out. Lisa is on an airplane right now coming home from a trip to New York, but this morning, Lisa and Kirsten and myself were recognized in front of the entire company for our work that we did in February. We teamed up for the company-wide competition, and we took home, it's 4th place, but they did the top 6 teams. We took 4th place out of the entire company. And so my 11-year-old is getting a really fancy gift for his birthday in April, because we also get to take home the brand spanking new Apple Watch Series 9. And a really cool hat and a social media training. You're just loved on, you know, when you go above and beyond, you're rewarded for it. And as women and as moms, and as we get older, we are not always, no one pats us on the back for doing a job well done. You know, no one's coming around telling us, you know, here's your sticker, here's your trophy, right? We don't get that. We're too old for that. But now we're getting Apple Watches and trips to Punta Cana. So hey, um, it's pretty wild. The mail is constantly coming. If you put in the work, you're going to be rewarded. And Kirsten will do anything for a free t-shirt. Maybe not anything. But if there is an incentive going on and you need a success partner, or you need somebody to wake you up at the crack of dawn to work, she's your girl. Because one, she's going to get up, and she also needs a little more accountability to get up right now, only because of this weird time and that rest and rewind tea. But if you need an accountability partner to go after a quarterly incentive, she's a good one to have. All right. So I want to hear from a couple people, but I also want to make sure that I remind you how to shop, where to shop, and why to shop. I already told you the why to shop. The why is because your own orders count, not just for your pay, but also for your promotions or rank advancing. Counts towards your volume. All of your own orders go into, you know, that separate bank, so to speak. And volume is volume is volume. You're getting 30% off right now. These bundles that are right here, I will post in the chat so that you can save to that note section that you just created. Because this is how you build a business. You build a business by learning the things that you can share with your niche or your community. Here is the business bundles. The more you can share, the more you can help. I would never advise you to go on social media or go to a family dinner and tell everybody how much you love Flora and Flow and have never used it, right? That is not what we do, but that is what a lot of other network marketers do. They see somebody offering something and they're like, I'm going to talk about that today, even though I haven't used it. We're not going to do that here. We're going to share the things that we love. And the way we find the things that we love is by taking full advantage of the things that we get at a discount. So there you go. Your first perk as a new ambassador, 30% off. I ordered all of them throughout my 3 months to make sure I was making the biggest investment by saving the most amount of money. Our skincare is hands down the greatest thing I've ever used. That medicine cabinet, I use everything in there. Healthy weight, best of beauty, immune health. It's just all good stuff. All good stuff. All right, so you have the link to that. You know, when you go to GNC and you go to Costco and you're at Target, you're going to start to catch yourself. And you might even still be catching yourself even here for 2 years. You're going to start to catch yourself and you're like, oh, I should go buy lotion, right? We need lotion. We need shower gel. We need laundry detergent. We need mascara. I'm going to go down those aisles and get all that stuff. Well, Target's not paying you. Ulta's not paying you, you know, but we have all that stuff here without all the chemicals and without all the additives and things that actually work. So before you go shopping, maybe take your catalog with you and be like, wait, I can buy that from my own store. I can shop from myself and be rewarded for it and level up my wellness. Game changer. All right. Why you want to get to director as fast and quickly as you can. Here are all the director perks. We kind of touched on them because you got that free hotel and the conference, but you are also obviously going to earn more money. And you're going to have the ability to earn from the people that you invite to join your team. So you'll have leadership bonus, and it will create that ability to get to our Star Club trip. So in order to go to Punta Cana, you have to be paid as a director. Okay. Plus, you are going to get, this is a big plus, you are going to get that 20 to 30% off of everything in our catalog. So not just for your first 90 days. Okay, so those bundles go away after your first 90 days, but if by 90 days you're raring to go and you've hit director, that entire catalog opens up. All right, so big thing to get to director. This is our daily activity tracker. This is how, like, Kirsten and Lisa and Courtney and Casey, like, this is how we hold ourselves accountable to work each day. I don't fly by the seat of my pants, like, when it comes to my business, because this is not a hobby for me. Like, this is not just my bread and butter, my cake. I mean, this is everything. This is the meat and potatoes. This is my life. So this daily activity tracker holds me accountable, keeps me on track. And because I have OCD and I see a squirrel and I think I have to go help it, keeps me in check. This is uploaded in our team page, so you can download it and have one for yourself. It's fun to print these too, if you like pen to paper action. If you old. What do you do? What do you do when you first get started and you don't know what to do? What do you do when you want to reignite? Or what do you do when you need a reboot? You go back to step one and you bring it back to basics. You pretend you just started over, or maybe you did just start, and you shout it from the flipping rooftops. All right. So the very number one reason why people quit and or feel as though they've failed in this business is because they lack one thing: confidence. Okay. So when people lack confidence, they lack any type of motivation to show up and do anything scary. So here on our team, we do it scared every single day. Every day we just do it scared because we know we're going to grow inch by inch by inch. So when I write shout it from the rooftops in big bold letters, I absolutely mean that. Shout it from the rooftops. Over and over and over again. That's what I do. I lather, rinse, repeat. Right? So it's time to be bold, and there's really no use in waiting. Just like the very first slide in this was start. No, really, start. It's time to launch your business with intention. You want to introduce what you're doing with excitement. You want to write down the products that you've already tried and love, and what do you love about them most? It's a great place to start. Now is when it gets good, because people do not buy from people they like. That'll maybe get you in the door, but ultimately it's not the reason why people buy. They also don't buy because of the company you joined. They also don't buy because of the facts that you give them. They don't care about the 67 years of legacy. They don't care about the landmark study that we have. They probably don't even care that we are the #1 most clinically trialed wellness company in the world. But they care about how you're going to help them. And the only way that you can help them is by sharing your story. Because you are most likely going to help the people that are experiencing what you felt, right? I say this all the time. I am not going to help a man with Crohn's disease. One, I am not a man. And two, I don't have Crohn's disease. And while I want to help everybody, that's just not my niche, right? That's not what I focus on. I share my story so that it resonates and it's relatable to women who are in the season of life that I'm in. and my products or my product of choice is the 7-day cleanse. It is personalized vitamins. That is the wave of the future. That is what sets us apart. All right. So, sharing your story is wonderful, but it's going to get monotonous. You're going to feel like you're doing it too much. And maybe you are. Check in with me. It's going to feel like it's a lot. This is how it's not a lot. When you determine your why. When you understand why you're here right now, and it will change in 3 months, but I just want to know why you're here right now at 8:35 Eastern Daylight Time. Why are you here right now? That is going to help you overcome that hump on the day that you feel like, I don't want to show up. Is your why. And if your why is weak, then you'll end up being one of those statistics of people who fizzles out. But if your why starts out really strong and then continues to build, welcome to being here and retiring. Okay, so where do you want to take this business, right? You got to see the vision. You've got to see, promoting yourself and the ranks and the bonuses and the trips. But where do you want to go? And in our Mentor to More group, Kirsten led a vision where we created vision boards. And it was so wonderful to sit down and see what's possible. Do you want to unmute, Kirsten, and kind of touch on a very simple way to do a vision board? Oops.
Oh.
There you
Are we good? Okay. I have children interrupting me right now. Hold on a second, buddy. So the easiest way and the quickest way to do it is to ask yourself this question. If I couldn't fail, if I had all the money in the world, what would I do? Can you stop yelling? What would I do? If I had all the money in the world and I couldn't fail, what would my life look like? What would my ideal life look like? And that's just my vision that I have all the time. And that's the question that I'm asking myself. And so, because what's going to happen is when you start to create that vision board, you're going to say, well, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, or fear or something. Like something's going to want to stop you, but it's in your gut and it's in your heart for a reason. And so you have to just push that aside and just dream as big as possible as you can. And then the other question that you ask yourself is just some pain points. If nothing changes, what's my life going to look like 5 years from now? What do I not want my life to look like 5 years from now and 10 years from now? You can kind of do the exercise 1 year, 5 year, 10 year. And that will also help you to create a vision board for your life when you talk about what it is that you don't want. So if you go into that Mentored for More and you find there's a live training in there under videos, I go into a little bit more detail with that. And then you can go into a Canva and make pictures with your dreams. But I would encourage you to sit down and take 30 minutes to an hour to really, really think about it. And it will actually really excite you too. And I think I shared in there too, like sometimes it's crazy to go back 10 years. That was the first time I ever did a vision board. And I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I achieved a lot of it. I didn't achieve all of it. I still have some of those visions on my vision board. So there's no pass or fail. You just check them off and keep going.
Thank you. Yeah, I love that exercise and I love getting to redo it again and then look back at the one, like they kind of transition, right? And morph and change. And it's a great step to take. And it kind of just solidifies your why too, right? By doing these exercises, they're not meant to take away from your life or to give you extra work. Like we want you to be successful here. So we want to show you how you start, right? We want to show you that we already know that the reason why people fizzle out or fail is because of lack of belief and confidence, right? So if you do these, what seem like homework activities, it's meant to add value. It's meant to give you that base so that you don't end up being what we don't want you to be. We want you to be here with us for the long haul. We want this to be a journey and not just a step, to be here for 6 months. Not at all. And that's not what we're about at all. All right. So we are almost wrapping up, but before we do, I totally want to walk you through a couple things and then hear from one more person who is my shining star at the moment. I want to give you some goal work. So this is us at conference last year in August. We were in Anaheim, which is pretty much where I'm from. So it was so fun to go back home. And so that's the president of Shaklee right there, Jeff Hill. And we were in the lobby of our hotel, just celebrating our victory, just celebrating our year as a team. We went out to dinner, had the best time, so fun. There might have been weird watermelon shots. I don't know. It was a good time. So one, write down your why and then send it to the person that invited you to join their team. Write down your why. And then this is the scary part, is creating your list, your VIP list, your, it's not a list that's like, I'm just gonna put a bunch of names on a list and this feels terrible. Yes, it's scary because it feels a little scary, but these are the people that you want to help. This is a special list, right? So I name my list. I have like multiple lists all the time, running lists, and I call them something new each time, right? Like for me, I help women that are in perimenopause. So I call it mad cow disease. I have a mad cow disease kick-ass list. I have like, the boss babes list of the people who I want to join my team. I have multiple lists that have very kind and sweet or upbeat affirmational titles. That helps it be less scary. But the women that you're writing on on that list that you are going to send to your upline, that's a big deal. That's a step moving forward in your business. And if you're restarting or reigniting, I write lists every week. Every week. It doesn't go away. It's not like something you do in the beginning and then you never do it again. I am constantly changing my list, crossing people off, adding new people to it, making new ones. And then what you want to do is you want to craft some verbiage or a story for maybe a live story, a video, or a post, a text message, just some words, just to get used to writing and talking about your journey here. So Sam and I have been doing this. She's been doing this for 3 weeks with me now. And so I'll give her some prompts, and we do this in Mentor to More too, where we'll ask you, a few questions to kind of jog your memory. And she'll send me some ideas, and then I'll look at it and just take the 11 years of network marketing experience and the 10 years on top of that of sales experience. And maybe I'll tweak it. Maybe I won't. Most of the time with her, I don't have to. She posts it, but it's so fun to send to somebody to have a second pair of eyes look at it as you're getting started. So do that. And practice it. I always remind people that I say all my stuff out loud. Like I look in a mirror and I read a text out loud. And if it sounds awkward and if it sounds wimpy, I don't send it. If it sounds like me and it comes from my heart, I'm going to send it. My kids know this. They come in and they pretend to interrupt me and they go, oh no, it's just mom talking to herself again. Talk to myself all darn day. All right. So you get to pick which step you want to take. And this is going to weave into you, Sam. So get ready. All right. So if you are here and you're just starting out, you are going to determine which path you want to take right now. If you help 1 to 3 people this month, we're in March 11th. We have 20 days left. Yay, we get 31 days in March. Always a bonus. You want to help 1 to 3 people. There's the path. There's the income. There's the impact. Helping 3 to 6 people, you can see the money below. If you want to take it one step further because you're ready to run and you're going to hire Kirsten to be your accountability partner and Courtney to be your wake up call and me to be your message tweaker, helping 6 to 9 people is going to earn you that. Now, for everybody who was on this call, I have a really cool calculator that I will send. And it is an income calculator that you can say, oh, wait, I want to help more than 9 people because I want to see what $2,000 looks like. Okay. And you're going to jot in the amount of people that you want to help, and it's going to spit out the money that goes with that. Super cool calculator, and I will send it to you. All right. So before we hang up, before we get off and go to bed, Sam joined us 3 months ago, the end of February, and she is brand spanking new to the business, never been in the business before. Very coachable. You'll fall in love with her the moment she speaks. But I want her to share how she has seen success right out the gates, because she has hit Star Club twice. So right at the end of February, and then she's already hit Star Club for March. So, Miss Trunk, do you want to share anything you want to share with us? We will gladly listen and soak up all the gold.
So I started this because, well, I wanted to start back in high school. I wanted to start 3 years ago when I was talking to a few people and they were selling Shaklee, and I was like, all right, like I want to do this. I just can't sell it because I'm not 18 and I want to start taking vitamins, but I don't have the money to do it. So I just kind of pushed it aside, but I knew my body really needed it. So I just recently moved to Texas and got engaged and then broke off the engagement. So now I'm in Texas by myself, with practically no one, and just had a bunch of medical stuff happen within the last month and a half. So I grew up with a bunch of medical issues and no doctor ever advocated for me. And my mom really couldn't because she didn't know what I was going through. So being able to be an advocate for other people and to share my story and be like, hey, I have 2 autoimmune diseases and this is how I'm fixing it. This is how I'm going into remission. This is how I'm able to help you, feel confident and not hate your skin and not, be insecure to wear the short sleeve top because you have psoriasis or have energy to go throughout your day because you have a hypothyroid. So I just, from the beginning, before I even started, was like, Mom, I'm starting this and you're starting it too. You don't even have a choice. Like, you're doing it with me. And I pretty much told my sister the same thing and all of my close family and friends. I was like, you don't have a choice. If I have to pay for it for you to see, I will. I don't care. So my mom was definitely sketched out. She's like, oh, I don't know, vitamins, I don't know. And so I did the 7-day cleanse by myself. And I ordered everything and I was sending her texts and I was like, look, I'm eating, I'm not starving myself. And I told her how much better I felt. And while I was doing the cleanse, my psoriasis within 4 days automatically felt better. And I was like, I can wear a t-shirt. I'm in Texas. I can wear I have to wear a t-shirt. We've gotten up to 90 degrees already and I have to wear a t-shirt. But before the cleanse, I wasn't going to because my psoriasis was so bad. So just being able to put myself in someone else's shoes and be like, hey, I was there and I'm not there, but I can still I can still remember because it wasn't long ago at all. I know where you're at and I see where you're at and I want to help you. So that's what encouraged me.
So thank you. I literally could tear up just because what would we do if we got into this business when we were 19, right? What a gift. What a gift to have you here. What a gift this is for you. And we are just rubbing elbows with you to get your newness because your fire is so lit and we love it. And you're doing it exactly the way this business is meant to be. This is supposed to be organic. It is supposed to be, you know, come from your heart. It is not supposed to be an environment where you feel as though you're selling something. You're sharing your journey and you're inviting others along the way. That is what takes the scariness out of inviting, is that you're not the expert, right? Like we have experts. We have that meology quiz. You are not the expert, right? You're the wellness advocate. You're the cheerleader. You're the trusted guided resource. I know, right? Person says, amazing girl, keep sharing your story. Psoriasis survivor here too. And I feel all of it. Literally, this is the kind of stuff that brings me to my knees, you guys. Like the moment you get, I am addicted to the high of seeing other women succeed and or feel good. And the moment you get a taste of one person who sends you a message that says, oh my gosh, you have no idea, you know, the significance that that had on my life, or I've, you know, lost weight that I haven't been able to lose in years and I feel incredible. That lights you up and you keep wanting more of that. That's what keeps me, that's what gets me out of bed every morning. So congratulations to you, Sam, on your early success. We are so grateful to have you here. We're just really excited for your adventure and you're going to help a lot of people. So I think that's pretty much it. I really want you not to get overwhelmed by the 300 SKUs that we have and really focus on the things that set us apart. And that is our, night, Kristen. That is our Ready Set Wellness Bundle, because personalized vitamins is the game changer here. If you're brand spanking new and you're not quite ready to dip your toes in the Ready Set Wellness Bundle, because you might think it seems like it's too expensive. It's $179 and it's basically $100 off. That's the intro. That's what gets people in the door, catapults their wellness. That is a great place to start. If for some reason that's too much for you and you want to start out a little smaller, for the month of March, Meology is 20% off. All right. So with code Meology20, Meology is 20% off. So if you have someone who's like, I don't do shakes, and you don't want to spend the time to overcome their objections, say, give me 30 days with pure, potent, and proven vitamins. I just so happen to have a 20% off promo code. Should I send it your way? Okay, and so if you've been with me for a while and you already have people on Meology that are on loyalty, that are gonna still buy vitamins from you, I like to use these promo codes for people that have lapsed and not ordered in a while, or specifically for new people that I can think of in my mind that were completely not down for a bundle, right? You'll be able to know who you want to use. So does anyone have any questions? I know we went a little bit over an hour. There's like everything but the kitchen sink to throw at you. Jenny, you good? You're good? Awesome. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. Courtney, thanks for being on. It's always so good to have an OG. Courtney built her team right out the gates. How do you build your team out the gates? You lock arms with friends and you say exactly what Courtney said to the first person who joined her. We're going to do this together. We're going to do this together. We're going to trip. We're going to fall. We're going to earn. We're going to help people, but we're going to do it together. And so I think that that's the best advice that I can give someone starting out, is do not feel as though you need to have some solidified base of a business in order to have a team. Because the best place to start is by locking arms with other women that are a part of your own nuclear, right? Your own. So don't be afraid. Again, it's the bold and the courageous. If you ever need help, where you're like, I want to talk to my sister and I think she'd be great at this, or I know someone who would be wonderful at this, shoot me a message or your upline. I do 3-way, I'm going to keep talking, chats Courtney's the only one that's smart. And Marita. I do three-way chats all the time, but no, that's it, just three-way chats. Or a video call, and I will absolutely help you navigate if there is someone that you want to join your team. And you're like, I don't really know where to start. I will absolutely do that for you. No questions asked. Other than that, helping your first 3 people is that first hump. Help your first 3 people and then help your next 3 people. That's how this works, right? Step by step. Always can send me questions. You can save my phone number. I will jot it in the chat. But if you're watching the recording, my phone number is 949-632-5914. You can text me, Skywrite, whatever. I love a good GIF. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. You want to take a picture with the ones that are left? You guys ready? On the count of 3. Here's Marita. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how to not do the head tilt. I, like, break my neck every time. Thanks for staying on with me. You guys are incredible. I'll see you on the flip side. And what I will do is post in our team page that calculator so that you can start goal setting. Bye, y'all.